Be careful what you wish for. I know that for a fact. Wishes are brutal, unforgiving things. They burn your tongue the moment they're spoken, and you can never take them back. This is a quote from Alice Hoffman, a novelist from up in Long Island. Our good friends over at CNN, they love to talk about facts first. This is one of their anchors, Kate Boldon, wearing her Facts First sweater. In today's video, we're going to catch CNN in a conundrum, using facts first from their own sources. Be careful what you wish for, liberals. You just might get it. There's a lot of consternation and conversation going on now about these vaccine health passports. Those on the left are wishing this was mandated for everyone, to get everyone vaccinated, and everyone confirmably so, some QR code put on your phone, something like that, so that you could prove that you weren't a threat, as if vaccinated people can't spread the virus. Facts first, they can. The vaccination just makes the infection when you get it less intense. But there's a bigger argument here. You see, this is the whole Spock from Star Trek argument. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one garbage. Well, I'd like you to take a look at these four guys. These four guys are in prison right now. You know what they're in prison for? They're in prison for not publicly disclosing personal health information. That's right. You can go to prison, and you have been able to go to prison for this for a long time. You see, they didn't disclose to their intimate partners that they were HIV positive. And that's a crime. And all four of these men are in prison for this, not publicly disclosing their personal health information. Now, I know a lot of people out there, wait a minute, hold on, Mickey. How can you compare HIV and COVID? Well, HIV isn't a death sentence anymore, is it? There's articles all over, and you can just type in any Google search, HIV no longer a death sentence. Established fact. Established by Google. Because as we know, Google is the final arbiter of facts. Is it not? So we're going to use their facts. No longer a death sentence. So what they were spreading wasn't a death sentence. Why should they have been required to provide public health information? But we're going to take this one step farther. And this is where it's probably going to hit home for a lot of people. This is cdc.gov, facts first. Facts first. cdc.gov, MSM Health /STD. Sexually transmitted disease has been rising among gay and bisexual men, with increases in syphilis being seen across the country. In 2014, gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men accounted for 83% of primary and secondary syphilis cases where sex partner was known in the United States. Gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men often get other STDs, including chlamydia and gonorrhea. HPV is the most common one, STD, in the United States. Also a concern for this group of people. And at the bottom, gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men are 17 times more likely to get cancer than heterosexual men. Anal cancer, apparently, in this case. Men who are HIV positive are even more likely than those who do not have HIV to get anal cancer. Now, let's talk about HPV for a minute. Facts first. Facts first. Fact alert from Google, the final arbiter of all things fact. Can HPV be spread non-sexually? You can become infected with HPV without having sex. HPV is not transmitted through bodily fluids, such as semen or saliva, but through skin-to-skin contact. So my question is, should we have a passport for this, where people are required to announce that they are to the public gay, bisexual, because that makes them at a much higher risk of having HPV and being able to transmit it skin to skin. Skin to skin, that's all you need. Be in a bar, be in a concert, close quarters, subway, restaurant. Should you be required to disclose this publicly everywhere you go so that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few? Should it have to be on your phone and be available on demand to anyone who asks, facts first? If we're talking about protecting the entire public, right? Isn't that what you want, liberals? You want the public protected. You want everybody safe, and you want the government to do something about it. And you have. You've made it a law. These 4 men are in prison for not publicly disclosing personal health information. And remember, you can compare COVID and AIDS because neither one is a death sentence. But can you die? Sure. Exact same thing. And like I said, this is all facts first. AIDS is not a death sentence. HIV is not a death sentence. Facts first. CDC, facts first. Google, facts first. So if you're for the COVID passport, you must be for the passport that shows all relevant, pertinent medical data that could possibly be a threat to the public or anyone in your sphere. Oops. You watch how fast they retreat from this. Watch how fast the left retreats from this type of an idea of having to disclose that type of personal information, because you can make certain allegations about some STDs, but not HPV. It's skin to skin. So that should be required. That on demand you show this and you inform any business you're going into, any job that you're getting, anywhere you have to be in close contact with people, on demand you have to show what you do or don't have, or what you have or have not been exposed to. How's this facts first working out for you, CNN? Because this is facts first. This is your facts. You worship Google. You worship the CDC. You worship the government. You believe that they are just pure as the wind-driven snow and have everyone's best interest in mind. Just trying to make the world a better, safer place. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go all in. Let's go all in on all of it. Let's everyone lay all their cards on the table. Because the standard is could cause harm, right? Doesn't have to be something deadly, but could cause harm. And we already have laws on the books. We have 4 examples of men in prison for having violated those laws. Same thing. So we want to hear it. Have to disclose on demand anything that could possibly cause harm to anyone else in public on demand. I would love to hear the leftists advocate for this. They would lose their minds if that were the case. They're the ones that have always talked about privacy and about how people should be secure to be whatever they want to identify as and have their safe spaces. How safe do you think people are going to feel if you're hiding things, facts first, CNN? If you refuse to disclose that information, think people are going to feel safe? See, because it isn't just COVID. There's a lot of things out there. You go out into public, it's an assumed risk. It's an assumed risk. And I'll leave it there. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We will see you tonight on Twitch.